for attending tonight's concerts. Please silence your cell phones. We are recording these performances and they are going live stream. We've been trying very hard to instill in these students correct concert behavior, so please help us by waiting to celebrate your child's success until the end of the concert. I hope every family was able to get a copy of the very nice programs that have been provided by Yelcott. We really appreciate these keepsakes, so make sure you get one. There should be plenty. The beginner band that you see on the stage before you is divided into 7 different like instrument classes taught daily by 4 different directors. We're very fortunate at Pinkston to have the support of our administrators, Mr. Smith and Mrs. Leonard, who are here tonight, our counselors, Mrs. Cruz and Mrs. Easton, and all of the 6th and 7th grade teachers that helped to make this schedule work. I teach the 3 woodwind classes this year, flute, clarinet, and saxophone. At the back of the stage is our percussion instructor, Mr. Jonathan Hufford. Our high brass are taught by Mr. Alex Garcia. You'll see him later. And the low brass are taught by Mr. John May. He will also be coming out later. Many of you visited Pinkston throughout the year to attend your child's demo nights, so we know you're very excited to hear us play all together, finally as an actual band. The first piece that we'll be playing for you tonight features every section in the band at different times, and we hope you enjoy the Latin sounds of Carnival in Rio. Isn't it amazing to hear them all together? This is my favorite time of year. Before beginning our second song, I'm curious to know how many of you in the audience are here tonight because you received a pink invitation from one of the beginners. Can you just slip your hand up? That is awesome. Thank you. We are so glad you're here. The next song that we're going to play was quite a challenge to learn because the kids had to do many, many new notes, and you'll recognize this as a familiar tune from The Wizard of Oz. At this time, I would like to welcome our trumpet and French horn instructor, Mr. Alex Garcia, to the stage, and he will be conducting Oompa Loompa. I want to take a moment to say how much we appreciate all the additional support that we have done with fundraisers this year. Many of you helped us with cookie dough in the fall and cheesecake this spring. We were able to purchase some new stands for the middle school, and if you've been around there lately, you know we desperately needed those. But even more exciting than that is that we were able to award 22 scholarships that will help offset the cost of tuition so many more kids can attend band camp this summer at UCA. And I would like to, at this time, turn the stage over to Mr. May, and he is going to be conducting our third song, Clarinet Jive. Would you believe they've only had 2 combined rehearsals to do this? Isn't that great? Before we begin our final piece, I need to give just a few instructions. If you need to leave immediately after this concert, the students will be directed into the lobby. That's where they should meet you. If you're staying to watch the 7th grade, please have your child sit with you. Our last song has been a favorite of mine for over 30 years. All the beginners have had fun playing it throughout the decades, but I like it mostly because when I teach it, it makes them really focus and have to count on rests, and plus they enjoy playing it because it sounds like a real rock song. So I want to say one last time, thank you for taking the time to attend this concert and support these children on stage. I know it means a lot to them that you're here tonight. And here is our final selection, Blues Machine. Thank you. Most of you were here for our beginner band concert, and they played very well, so welcome back to the 7th grade band concert. It's always amazing to me to hear just how much these kids can develop during their 2nd year. Last quarter, you heard me explain that they were learning about enharmonics and chromatics, and we did our major scales, and we performed music that demonstrated those skills. This past quarter, we've been learning about minor key signatures and how to count 16th notes. And our first piece is an excellent selection showing off some advanced rhythms in C minor. Written by one of my favorite middle school composers, here's our first song, John O'Reilly's March Zuma. Our second tune is in G minor, and at first glance it looks very simple, but looks can be deceiving. And as we found out, sometimes rests are actually harder than the notes themselves, especially when everybody has to play independent patterns. Enjoy listening to the Spanish dance about a mythical golden land in Fandango, El Dorado. Now comes the fun part for me to get to celebrate a lot of these students. We had 39 this time pass off all their minor scales. We are going to start with percussion. Please hold your applause till the end of the section. And then you can clap and take pictures. All right, in the drums, of course, they play them on their bell kit. We have A.J. Flowers, Daisy Ford, Emma Jones, Emmett Kellum, he's not here tonight, C.J. Stifel, and Donovan Warman. Woodwinds, we have on flute, Brianna Blake, Emily Britt, Katriana Lawfer, and Juniper Templer. Clarinet, we have Betsy Barr, Addison Chisenhall, Ella Jones, and Dahlia Nelson. And two of those girls just joined the 7th grade band this semester and did their scales. So congratulations to Addison and Dahlia. Saxophones, we have Eli Cooley, Calvin Grunwald, Braxton Hoggard, Lydia Lewis, Sophia McKee, Amberly Montez, Caleb Stevens, Jackson West, and Danny Hodge. I think they're more excited about their ice cream party tomorrow rather than their certificate, but I enjoy their certificates. All right, in the brass, trumpets, we have Elena Alvarez-Wynn, Caden Cross, Alyssa Druckery, Abigail Hale, Aaron Kent, Clayton McKell, David Smith, and Walker Teams. French horns, Ella Morris, Kenley Smith, Kia Tucker. Trombone and baritone, Livia Ely, Mason Majors, Grayson Powell, Emmy Nichols. And last but not least, our lone tuba player, Layla Lopez. Yep, let's give one more round of applause. Thank you. That is a lot of work, and I'm super proud of them in 7th grade for being able to accomplish that great feat. One of the best ways to introduce harmonic minor scales is with music from the Disney soundtrack Aladdin. This has probably been one of our most difficult pieces to learn because of all the modulations. Sometimes those happen measure by measure, but the students have risen to the challenge. We hope you enjoyed Johnny Vincent's arrangement of Arabian Nights. Before we begin our final piece, I would once again like to thank Yelcott for those wonderful programs. It's so nice to be able to showcase the entire Bomber Band program in grades 6 through 12. Our fantastic administrators always show up to support every program at Pinkston, not just band, and I appreciate that they're here, but they go to everything that these kids do. And that's a lot, so we appreciate them for that. Let's see. Parents, of course, and friends. We support these kids on the stage, sometimes just by showing up, not always necessarily providing things, but just they worry when you're not there. They might not tell you, but I hear about it at school, so thank you. We couldn't do this without you. The 7th grade will be having one more final performance next Wednesday when we welcome Hackler. All the 5th graders are going to come over and we'll perform for them in the gym. We have 100 almost signed up for band for next year, so we're excited about that, already starting in a whole new school year. After that, we have an awards program. I showed you all the kids tonight that got their minor scales. So if your child did both major and minor, they'll be getting a special recognition at school next Friday. So be looking for that award. You'll want to see that one. It's really nice. Then, after all that, I'm turning them over to Mr. May and Mr. Garcia, and they're going to be getting ready for junior high. I was taught many decades ago to always leave your audience with something that they can leave humming, and this is the song I was humming on the way to the concert tonight. So this next tune does just that. We hope you enjoy our final song. Here is Brass in the Basement.